Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you news from the Netherlands known as Houston. But little context for anybody who's not aware or is wondering, what am I talking about? 2 years ago, the black community was united in a way that they had never been united since the days of Martin Luther King, all stemming from a fight on a dock that pertained to black people versus white people, and the blacks won in stylish fashion. And we were all joined at the hip. And I said at the time, it's only going to take something stupid to divide us once again. And who would have thought? A woman, a brick, and the entire conversation around what men should be doing in regards to protecting women, because Brick Lady Rhoda Osmond went viral for getting a brick upside her head. But as the story gained traction and all the for the people individuals got their teeth into it, the story of a woman getting a brick to the side of her face, all because she didn't give a man her phone number, that story started to fall apart. And eventually we got to the point where we found out she was lying and she took all that money, and then they brought her to court, and it was this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until last night when the word came down that she was found guilty in $42,000 in a GoFundMe theft scheme. Now look, let me say this right now. For the stupid individual in the back, number one, you better watch what you say. I got this brick. I'm gonna hum it at you. Number two, no, I don't want to see women getting attacked for stupid reasons. No, I don't want to see people getting jumped, assaulted, beat up, anything over not giving their phone numbers out. No, I'm not going to cheer it on when it happens. What I will do is call out blatant lie and blatant hypocrisy. You can mention any real story about a woman or a man getting kidnapped, beat, assaulted, all because they didn't do something a stranger wanted them to do. Those are real things. But a lot of y'all propped this shit up. A lot of y'all had these nice little TikTok debates, seminars. Y'all was lying about information in regards to this. And all I got to say to you is fuck you. But let's start reading because I'm bored. A woman who went viral in 2023 after claiming that a man threw a brick at her head when she wouldn't give him her number, then raised more than $42,000 through a GoFundMe page, has been found guilty of theft. Rhoda Osmond, now I could say with confidence, terrible name, 35, had been told to calm down several times after the jury returned the guilty verdict following about 2.5 hours of deliberations. Because you got to remember, this woman was confident that even when she's going to court, she's going to win. She's going to prevail. She's going to shine. She's going to have her head held high. She was on Patreon posting how she was going to win. And she was doing all these great little classes and conventions and events about black strength in women and all this good shit. But it turned out nothing but a crock of shit. After the jury convicted Osmond, Harris County District Court Judge Dan Simmons sentenced her to 10 years of probation. If conditions get violated, Osmond could serve a 10-year prison sentence. As conditions of probation, Osmond will have to serve 90 days in jail and undergo inpatient substance abuse treatment. Osmond will also have to pay full restitution of $42,302. So maybe y'all gonna get y'all money back for just wasting y'all time giving your money to nothing. The judge also ordered her not to use social media for the 10-year period. Damn. She was making all that good work. All of them seminars on Instagram, all that good talk probably on TikTok, all them posts on Patreon. Now you can't do it no more. Such a damn shame. Such a shame. That's crazy. That's wonderful. Olin Douglas, the man who was accused of throwing the brick, told KPRC2 on Wednesday evening, usually nothing happens. I'm very much happy. And you know what's crazy? There's another element to this. They pinned it on this dude, and then we come to find out that they knew each other. They had us believing, she had us believing this was a stranger. Oh, I don't know him. I don't have any affiliation with him. I don't know nothing about this man. And it turned out to be a crock of shit, a brick of shit. if you will. Douglas told KPRC News in January of 2024 after Osmond was charged and said that he had received death threats over the made-up brick throwing. I wish that the crowd of people that was with her at the beginning would show themselves now. Where they at? Are they still supporting? Consciously, where your ass at? Because I seem to remember a collection of people having all these great takes about black men don't really support black women. Black men want to see black women beat up. Black men want to see black women cheated.
Y'all still talking about this woman? So posting a police report of the actual incident, that's not enough. You see what I'm saying? Posting the incident from the hospital, that's not enough. You can pause to read it. Then y'all really acting like investigative journalists that graduated from Fox News University, where I hear what it says.
I love this. This entire concept of discrediting people who are actually taking the time to figure out what's true and what's not. It means nothing when all you got is a bunch of pictures of police reports to show, yeah, you filed it, but it actually turns out to be nothing but lies written down. Whoa, that's crazy. Somebody going in to a police station and writing a false report and lying about what was done and what was said and how it went down. Crazy. That's something that's never happened in the world before.
Left facial swelling, lateral to eye with bruising and significant tenderness. But we ain't see no blood, and y'all was acting like y'all watched too many CSI Miami episodes. There was left ear blood coming out of her canal. Today's visit: facial injury, diagnosis, trauma. She injected saline in her head and she got an allergic reaction. There's evidence of her having multiple allergic reactions, and all this is a lie. You just want to cape and this, that, and the other. Is like, hey, y'all and Godfrey, y'all whack for this. You see what I'm saying? This could have been easily just nipped in the bud if we just said, hey, man, after the girl got hit allegedly, even if you want to think she lying, after the girl got hit allegedly, somebody should at least ask she okay. Somebody should at least call the police. Instead, y'all are grown-ass people arguing with other grown-ass people about the livelihood and humanity of another individual.
And now we know you were nothing but a liar dancing around the subject matter, defending somebody without full context in the grand scheme of just trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Stick around to find out more about what's actually true instead of the bullshit he was just spewing.
You see what I'm saying? And y'all bothering me. The last thing y'all say on this is what I've learned in my 5 years being on this internet, really being knee deep, is that when you already got a disdain for an individual, it don't matter what the hell they do, you gonna always double down on that disdain. We done showed you a police report, showed you an incident report from the hospital, showed you the literally reading from the documents. You still gonna have individuals that's concocting all these different type of fantasies. You see what I'm saying? About conspiracy theories. This woman graduated from Columbia University and got a dissertation about the livelihood of Somalian women in Minneapolis, and y'all trying to paint her as a fraud, as a scammer. She does community work. So yes, in our economy, yes, people have a lot of GoFundMes. You see what I'm saying? But does your weak-ass investigative journalist instincts, does it negate those documents right there? Oh, it probably does, though, huh? Because you feel like she a scammer and scammers know how to make fake documents. See, the thing about fabricating police documents is that it's against the law. You see what I'm saying? So do you think that the Houston Police Department would allow for a falsified government document to just be circulated on the internet and she not go to jail? I talked with, you know what I'm saying, Ro, you feel me, in the DMs on somewhere, and she let me know that y'all have bothered her so much she's been doxxed, and literally where her son go to school has been contacted. You see what I'm saying? So she literally have to relocate for her safety. Now ask yourself, is the disagreement of her being protected or not protected also so much worth that her son has to literally have their safety in jeopardy and threatened? Y'all character and humanity speaks volumes on what y'all willing to spend time with. You see what I'm saying? Instead, just move on. The fact y'all still lying on this woman blows my mind. NBC did an article over Roe and literally reviewed the police report, and y'all still tagging me talking about scams and talking about lying and hoaxes? I posted the police report, and one thing I know is the state of Texas is not finna play with you. Do y'all think a falsified government document would be circulated on the internet and this woman not be taken to jail? As a matter of fact, y'all that's not allergic to reading, go check out this article. She scammed us. She lied, just like Carly Russell. All you simps and panders is out there going at black men, trying to get us to put ourselves out there for a black woman that we ain't related to or we ain't putting that me to. Oh, y'all tripping. That's what y'all sound like to me. Research over me search. Let's get into it. There's still people that believe this story. She has multiple videos up of her having a similar allergic reaction. She has multiple GoFundMe with similar incidents. And her friend, they say she a scammer. There's no police report. The owner of the restaurant said that's not on them. There's no blood after they're being bricked. Come on, guys. We are CSI social media investigators, and we graduated from YouTube University. How y'all gonna call out us on our investigation? Christina, go and take it away.
Y'all saw a funky, nasty spirited white woman barely get up out of bed, sleep still on the eye, to make a video discrediting a black woman who said that she was the victim of a brutal, violent attack. Not sharing any reputable sources, right? No credible sources, no proof, no evidence, just theories and vibes. Just theories and vibes, and that's who's shedding light on this entire scenario. That's who you're listening to. Okay, black people are trying to have a conversation about how we protect black women, and this random white woman inserts herself, and that's who you decide to listen to.
Black people, for some reason, have these conversations around lies that they also spew that they want to be true. The sick part about Rhoda, the sick part about all of you people that went on to have these hot takes, these seminars around a lie, is that none of y'all seemingly have the balls to get back on camera and admit to it. Now, I gotta see motherfuckers all of a sudden start caring about Jamaica and Sudan, because instead of addressing the fucking elephant in the room, y'all want to scapegoat it because your first attempt at trying to be a savior failed. So now the second attempt, you actually got some information behind it. Now you want to pretend like you don't see everybody on your ass right now. It's been a number of hours. You all do this thing where you constantly are talking about something, whether it be racial issues, whether it be Love Island, whether it be about anything. But the minute y'all get put in the fire of criticism, now all of a sudden y'all got lies, and all of a sudden you ain't got the time to record a TikTok about something. Okay, that's bullshit.
Instead of the black woman that had the video of the night that it happened, and a video of her in the hospital, and a video of her hospital reports, right, her medical records. We already know y'all don't like to listen to medical records because Meg Thee Stallion showed medical records, right? And Meg Thee Stallion showed her foot after damage of it getting shot, and you still didn't believe her then. I had a video for every single time a man threatened, harassed me, or attacked me. I would be able to make a 3-part trilogy film series. And you would still call me a liar. You would still call all these other black women liars like you already do. Don't believe black women, and it's getting old, okay? The plot line is running stale. You do everything you can to discredit us, whether we have evidence or not. And you'll listen to people who you know typically trust, right? Y'all don't typically trust white women because before white women, you know they do.
And I'm going to cut you off right there, Christina, because some people do trust white women, actually. But it wasn't just her, though. It wasn't just her.
Today on Ghetto News, man, I'm sorry to report, we may have gotten bamboozled, kerfluffled, hoodwinked. She didn't just pull the wool over our eyes, she pulled the whole damn sheep on our face. So we all know this lady, right? The brick lady, a.k.a. Ro Reacts. Now, it seems like she has a history of doing this sort of thing. Basically, in 2020, she actually, once again, played the victim to actually get GoFundMe donations. And I want y'all to listen to this.
Years we've been scammed again. Rhoda Osman, the brick lady, appears to be
CSI Law and Order TikTok investigators, man.
Her first incident was in 2020. She claimed she was assaulted by a dollar store security guard.
And man, did the story get crazy. Man, this story got more twists and turns than a Jamaican street. Seems like we got Carly Russell again. She had black women coming for black men all over the internet. But as more details of the story came out, man, her story was flakier than a 90-year-old crotch. Y'all remember her claiming that none of the black men around actually came to her defense? Yeah, that one. Now watch this clip.
I thought he was a big, and we was trying to help her. That's all we was trying to do. You see what I'm saying? We was trying to help her. I called the police and stuff like that. They pulled up. I talked to them. I know they got the video.
So that was bullshit. Now y'all remember this guy who claimed he was there? Oh, nope. His ex-girlfriend outed him. He doesn't even live in the same state. He was just another motherfucker doing it for clicks and views. Oh, so the owner of the establishment also finally spoke out. So he reviewed all the security footage, and there was no video of her getting assaulted in any shape or form. And yet she was able to still raise $40,000 on GoFundMe donations this time around. And now for the obvious question. I'm pretty sure we all see that swelling on her face, right? On top of not filing a police report, it's alleged that she actually got treated for an allergic reaction, guys. Oh, just in case we can't put one on one together, guys, she did this for clout, she did this for views, and she did this for money.
The extreme limits that some people are willing to go to just disprove this black woman, and y'all acting like Fox News journalists to try to concoct these stories and narratives is baffling to me. You know, it really speaks volumes of our society.
I know that we're doomed as a society because there are people right now trying to use media takeout. Media takeout, a gossip blog, one of the most unreputable sources known to man. A blog that was sued and lost for libel. Do you know how difficult it is to be sued for libel in this country? It is extremely difficult if you didn't know. But this blog, they're using it to discredit Roe, who was hit with a brick a little bit over a week ago. I've seen people say that she had on prosthetics, be serious. I've seen people say that she had an allergic reaction, also be serious. This woman, after being released from the hospital, had to record the incident report because people are saying that there isn't an incident report. And by people, I mean, again, media takeout, because they couldn't find it, right? Because they are known for their investigative journalism. But she had to record this video of her paperwork, including her injuries, in order for people, like, nobody should have to do that to validate, like, the harm or abuse that they've been on the receiving end of. I just want to question how we approach literacy, but even beyond that, we don't even have to get into that because the reality is before y'all even had these allegations, y'all were going above and beyond to discredit this woman. Y'all had her mass reported to the point where her account on TikTok was taken down, and there needs to be some community accountability around this because the reality is y'all were already vile and nasty before y'all even had these baseless allegations.
I'm going live with both Shaheem and Christina later on today. Y'all should pull up. But listen, and this the part that really annoyed me because shit like this happens every day, B.
So with this whole situation with this lady being hit in the face with a fucking brick by a grown-ass man and people are literally trying to blame her for it and she didn't get no justice, I just want to share this little story time about how a grown-ass man punched me in the face outside of a club unprovoked. And when I say unprovoked, I mean unfucking provoked.
But she lying though too, right? She lying. In conclusion, let me get a little intersectional with you. This is the part that don't make sense, right? When we start talking about particular images being shared to kids, we make arguments and say, hey, the gay agenda should not be shown to kids because then kids is going to forget their gender roles, to forget who's really a man and who's really a woman. And our society only messed at that because men supposed to be providers and protectors and women supposed to be nurturers. That's what y'all say. And then we literally hit with an incident and y'all literally go the other way and say, hey, man, women ain't got to be protected. You see what I'm saying? And men ain't no providers or protectors. You see what I'm saying? I only got to do that for women I'm putting that meat to or women I'm related to. I don't care nothing about no community. I ain't putting myself in no ways harm. None of that. I don't care about no Aquaman. I don't care about no Montgomery brawl. Listen, that was an instance that has happened there. That ain't for me. Y'all crazy in your head. Y'all think a man that's going to put himself in there, this, that, and the other. It's another man that's doing it. You see what I'm saying? Y'all keep on isolating what's going on as if, you feel me, that it's not another man that you're protecting a woman from. You see what I'm saying? Y'all want to isolate it and make it like, hey, women just getting done by women and just like, nah, that's cap. You feel me? Y'all talk a lot about misandry and discrimination towards men, but I don't see y'all having that same energy towards the institutions that are disparate when it comes to messing up men. Capitalism. You see what I'm saying? The military industrial complex, the prison industrial complex. Instead, you want to make it about interpersonal experience that you had with a woman. Listen, man, I get real annoyed when y'all start correlating me with a goddamn Derek Jackson or Samuel, what's his name? Kevin Samuel. Like, listen, I give analysis about power and domination that concerns institutions, systems, and power. I'm not really a concern with too many of y'all interpersonal relationships. Y'all want to listen to them old weak ass, broke ass minister dudes, give y'all some, y'all do that. They ain't got nothing to do with me though. You see what I'm saying? Education's elevation. Y'all picked the right one. We're going live later on today. I promise we is.
Let me say it again for that slow person in the back who then wrote this paragraph long of something stupid. No. Nobody's going to be involved in this as much as you want them to be. No, a lot of people are not going to help a stranger. Yes, conditions got to be met in order to be saved by people. Yes, a stranger is going to take a back seat to somebody's mama, daughter, aunt, grandmother, sister. These things that I just laid out, these types of people are more important first than a stranger. Then you got to factor in the possibility that somebody may not be strong enough to handle this situation, because social media likes to fantasize about different scenarios. Oh, this wouldn't happen if you would have did this, if you would have did that, if you would have did this, if you would have did that. There's the likelihood that someone sees a woman being ganged up on or being one-on-one by somebody in a way that leads to that woman potentially being in danger, and then they come and jump in. They don't know the context. Maybe the woman's in the wrong, or they jump in and now the woman and the wannabe Captain Save-A-Ho is dead. And what would you motherfuckers say on social media? Nothing. You wouldn't glorify nothing. You wouldn't talk about nothing. You would just say, well, damn, R.I.P. next subject, because that's how much you didn't care then and you don't care now. I will wait with anticipation to see what my conscious brother, Conscious Lee, has to say about this, because he was very performative in his activism. He made excuses. He even partied with the bitch. So it's like, your support then needs to match your support now. Even when he tried his hardest to play the game of, oh, well, I played a part in the divide, but no. You were a major part in that online divide, along with the people who were spreading lies, along with people who were saying it was saline in her purse. Purse. You played a role in that stupid shit. So I hope, I beg, I plead that you have that same into G.
I want to apologize for being defensive and not being brutally honest and acknowledging two things from the jump. Yes, roll loud about how she was hit and what happened when she was hit, but she was in fact hit.
During the investigation, Houston police found surveillance video showing Osmond slapping Douglas in the face before he hit her back with what happened to be a plastic water bottle. Now, class, I'm no scientist. I'm no physician. I'm barely even qualified to be a PE teacher. But I want to take a little pop quiz. This is a brick. This is a water bottle. Now, one of these things significantly could do damage to somebody's face. I want to know what power led the wrath of God into that man's hand to where he swings this water bottle in her face and ends up with a whelp signifying that you might got Ebola. I'm just trying to figure that out, because that's a strong-willed slap across the face with a water bottle that I just need further investigation on. Oh, and by the way, just to bring it all back, one important detail you might have missed or you might not have paid attention to was that she hit him first. And listen, I'm a simple man with simple plans. This goes for anybody, man, woman, child, black, white, Indonesian, Asian, crippled, able-bodied. It don't matter. Keep your motherfucking hands to your what? To yourself. Because when you don't keep your hands to yourself, you might run into a problem. You might run into somebody with a little bit of confidence that day who's going to say, you know what? Fuck it. You're going to get this right back. Court documents revealed the surveillance footage did not match what Osmond told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. Exactly what happened to Osmond's face isn't fully clear, but Houston said the leading theory is that she hit her head on the car door frame because the car door was open and she went down in that area. Oh my God. So we went from a brick to a water bottle to now this bitch fell on a car door. Amazing storytelling that only BET could come up with. Houston said Osmond and her defense team expressed intent to appeal the conviction during court on Wednesday. So she'll have the opportunity to appeal. She was taken into custody to begin serving the 90-day sentence at the end of the trial. She was given a $50,000 appeal bond, and if posted, the probation sentence and conditions would be suspended until the appeals process is complete. So essentially, we're just going to have to wait and see this appeal process. But what an amazing happy ending that has all sides about to start doing these think pieces about black women and their safety and how people don't care. And before y'all start doing that, because the news is just starting to trickle into people's algorithms. People went to sleep last night as this was a breaking thing. before you start doing these little jump through hoop goalpost moves to start talking about real women getting beat up, real women being assaulted, and men out there not helping them and being the cause of it, the valid things to talk about, before you do that, admit that you wasted your own time propping up a story where the victim was the liar, where she broadcasted a story implicating more than just one dude. She implicated more dudes in the area that didn't help her, making it seem like all these black men don't want to help black women, and lied to you and used your emotions. And you gave her money for what? I would assume medical bills. But it turns out that was all for vacations. That was all for lavish trips. That was all for lavish expenses. That wasn't for the medical. That was to waste her time. And now she was running around talking about how she's strong, she's independent, rah, 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 rah. She lied. That's it. She lied. And these motherfuckers who tried their hardest to back up the lie, I hope you have the same energy. I hope you continue to try to lie. I hope you continue to try to move the goalpost to a different conversation. I hope you try it, just so I can see how stupid you are. Because what pisses me off is the amount of people who try their hardest. And they'll sit there and they'll talk a big game about how nobody cares and nobody sticks up and we can't stick together because of this reason. We can't stick together because of that reason. And they perpetuate the division. I think, I'm assuming right now, the world would be a better place if we all recognize the bad in it and try to do things to correct it, because it's not a foreign concept. People being beat up because they don't give things to other people who are a little bit selfish. That's not a foreign thing. It's not a foreign thing for people to be kidnapped and assaulted. That's not a outlier. That's not like some rare thing. I can Google this shit happening every fucking day. But what I can't stand is when those stories take the back seat to bullshit perpetuated by people who don't care, who will gaslight individuals into thinking that they care. And then when the truth comes out, magically no one is able to be found, or they're not talking about it because it makes them look stupid as fuck. So Consciously and the rest of them dumb motherfuckers that was participating in them fucking podcasts, shame on you. Fuck you. You're terrible people. You don't care about the black suffering of women. You care about being the one who has the greatest take to make you look like the sanguine motherfucker. And for that, fuck you, fuck Brick Lady. I'm going to throw this brick at my own dick.